Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we'll be looking at the commands and the arguments. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. The commands we type are actually processed and changed before they are actually executed by the shell. The default shell which comes pre-installed in most of the Linux environments is bash, which takes or gets its features from sh, the original born again shell. The csh means C shell, ksh corn shell. One of the primary features of the shell is command line scan. Whenever we type some command, it splits the command into different arguments and then executes it. This whole process can be called as shell expansion, which we will study in upcoming slides. Next, we have to deal with white spaces and echo. Arguments are the things that are separated by one or more consecutive spaces. First one is the command to be executed, and the other ones are then passed onto that command, which is usually the 0th argument. Examples are included here, so let's try the examples. Echo hello world. In this case, the 0th argument is actual program or the command which is going to be executed. This first and the second or the both arguments will be passed to this echo program, so the final output will be hello world. Simple. So if we type something like this, echo hello, multiple spaces then, and man, as you can see, it clears or removes the white spaces, unnecessary white spaces. We can preserve the white spaces using echo single quote hello and man. As we can see, now the white spaces are being preserved. We can even use the double quotes as stated here. Echo double quotes hello test, hello test. As you can see, the white spaces are being preserved. There is actually a difference between single quotes and double quotes, which we will study in next lectures. So moving further, we have echo with special characters. We can use special characters such as \n, \t in our echo when passing -e argument or parameter, or sometimes switch you can call it. So echo -e switch hello test. Now this \n stands for new line, so that's why the output is split into two lines, hello, then the test is being printed on the second line. Same like this, we can even use hello t test. Now this \t stands for tab line, so that's why, as you can see, this much space is preserved, which is special for tabs. It changes mostly from 5 spaces to 8 spaces, but you get the general concept. We can even use it like this, I mean single quotes, no problem with that. Test. Okay, simple as that. Next, we have two types of commands. Either it is built into the shell or it is external to the shell. How can we test if something is external or built into the shell? There is a simple command which is type, then the second argument, or actually the first argument, this is 0th, and the first is the command we need to check if it is built into the shell or external to the shell. So for example, cd. So cd is built into the shell. Same like this, we have pwd. Pwd is also shell built in. We can type anything else like uname. It is actually a binary located in user bin uname. So this is basic purpose of type. We can even represent all things matching something like ls. Now this ls is binary, which is also stored in bin ls, user bin ls, and it is also alias to this thing. So we can even use type to test multiple things. Let's see man type. Okay, so type is not found. So we've used this argument -a to display all the locations containing the executable name. So this is simple command to test if something is built into the shell or external to the shell. If we specify like something like, let's suppose type echo. Echo is built into the shell, but let's see if it exists in somewhere else or some other location. Okay, so echo is also built into the shell, but it is also a binary stored in user bin echo and bin echo. Whenever we type simple echo like this, the shell built-in will be given preference. Otherwise, if we want to use some other binaries, so we have to specify the exact path. Hello world. This is the case. If we don't specify anything, then this shell built-in will be given the preference. Moving forward, we have which command. It is basically used to locate for binaries in path environment variable. Examples include which, cp, ls, and we can even specify multiple commands or programs or binaries in single command. Let's test it out. Which, ls. So ls is coming from this user bin ls, which cp. It is coming from user bin cp. So let's change multiple things in single line. cp pwd. So all are the binaries actually available. These are not built into the shell. What about which cd? Let's test it out. As we can see, which cd is not returning anything. Can you guess why? It is basically because type CDs are built into the shell, so there is no need to look for the binaries. It's actually built into the shell. Next, we have alias and unaliasing. Just a way to give another name to command or shorten some lengthy commands. Simply like this: alias C is for clear and alias read is equal to cat. So alias C equals clear. So as we can see, actually it is a mistake here. Whenever you want to alias some command, you don't need to put strings here. As you can see, C is equal to single quotes clear. It will be taken as string, not as the command. So it's a mistake by me here. So moving forward, we have alias read equals cat. Now whenever we type read, then it will be taken as or understood as cat. So let me go to the temp. Let's create a simple text file, test.txt. Now as we have created an alias read equal to cat, so that's why read test. Okay, simply because read is now equal to cat, we can even test it. As we can see, we have provided a single argument and it is telling us that read is aliased to cat. This way we can shorten the lengthy commands and do useful things. We can set alias by alias and remove those aliases by unalias, like unalias read. Now, okay, whenever you specify simple alias, it will list all the aliases which actually exists. So C is existing for clear, ls is alias to this, ls hyphen color auto. So let's unalias C. Now let's put it back. As we can see, C is being removed from this alias list. So the final and useful thing is shell expansion. How command is actually taken or processed or read by the shell. We can turn the shell expansion on by set -x or -x, you can say, and turned off by set +x. Examples are here. So let's try the examples. Let me turn on the shell expansion. Now let's try user. Now see this. Whenever this command is read, user is first replaced by this name here. Then this name is actually plugged into echo, and then this echo command returns this name. So this is how actually this user is being converted into this, and then this command hold returns this echo pwd. Now see, this is same case. Pwd is first changed to the x/temp, and then it is passed to echo, then echo is returning the temp. This is known as the shell expansion. Thanks all for watching.